And welcome to the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host, Sasha, a.k.a. LL Cool J. I was having a moment with LL Cool J today. They was brought up on a podcast, and I was just like, you know what, let me deep dive into LL Cool J's hits. And I was like, oh, wait, he has a million of them, and I totally forgot.
Million. Really? Million. No, he really does. He has like a really deep discography, and I also still hate him. I don't know. I mean, I don't hate LL Cool J as a person, but I definitely don't ever go like, damn, you know what I miss? I'm gonna put some LL. Like, I've never done that in my entire life.
Because I did that today, and I listened to LL Cool J for like 4 hours straight, like all the years. It was a good time, and nobody gives him his flowers except for, weirdly, Eminem. He's Eminem's favorite rapper, and he mentions that like 2 times a year.
OD. He does all the time. I always thought that was so sweet. I just was like, "Aw, he loves
his hero, bro."
Man.
That's a good hint on the Queen's note right there, because we I'll pick another Queen's legend, and I'm gonna bring it back from another episode, Mike Piazza. But now it's Mike Piazza before the blonde, so definitely that's who I'll be today.
The blonde. And yeah, I'm Joey from the National Meat Treasure Podcast. Happy to be here we have a guest today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a guest.
World-renowned. Critically acclaimed. Beautiful, baldy, just like me.
With his head tattooed, though.
Yeah, bro. Tattooed. It's mad sexy.
First blue check on the pod. First blue check. First verified guest.
Yeah.
Prices went up, bro. Prices went up.
Panesso.
What's going on, boys? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, introduce yourself. Tell people who you are, what you're about, what you got going on.
Word. Well, my name is Jayden Panesso. That's the first and last. I sing in a band called Sylar from Queens, New York. Obviously, I know most of you guys personally. I mean, I know all of you personally. I guess some closer than others. But yeah, I sing in Sylar. Started the band 10 years ago in New York. So if you're from the scene and locally from Queens, you already know about it. But yeah, man, I've been doing it for like 10 years now, and it's been crazy. I was lucky enough to bring the music around the globe at this point, and it's been a pretty crazy journey. Along the way with the music and stuff, I've also been producing on the side and just doing a lot of cool shit with music, and it's just been a crazy ride. It hasn't stopped. We haven't been too active as a band as of recently, but
sure.
I mean, I'm still working on music and doing my thing and pursuing other things on the side. But yeah, stoked to be here though.
No, definitely.
Now, don't be too humble though. Don't be too humble, bro.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. Like,
on the side, like you be working with some famous. You just produced a whole album that you just casually dropped today on an Instagram story. Didn't tell nobody. I had to find out via your Instagram story. You just produced a whole album during the pandemic, and that came out today. What's the band's name?
Sam.
Savage After Midnight.
Savage After Midnight. Sam. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So don't.
That shit is dope.
Don't on the side us, bro.
All right.
Don't.
Well, I'll tell you guys a little story with that. It's really special because when when the COVID outbreak hit, I already knew the singer from the band, Shy. Shout out to my boy Shy, and I already knew I was already doing that record, but I was going to do it with my boy Andrew, and we were planning on going there. I think it was like April, May 2020, and then all of a sudden COVID hit, and around when COVID hit, bro, you had like, obviously shit was crazy. Yeah, shit was crazy, but you also had all these rumors of like, the National Guard standing at the borders and like they're gonna close the entire country down. Like you won't be able to travel. And I mean, like, bro, at that point, like I didn't know what to believe. You know what I mean? Like the world was crazy. Like if you told me, like you're not gonna be able to travel to Jersey at some point, I'm like, I don't know, that might be true. Like
that might be true.
No one's going to work, everything's closed down. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, the singer of the band calls me. He's like, yo, it seems like we're gonna have to be like, quarantine at home. Why don't you just fly over like tomorrow and start this album? And I was like, shit. I mean, everything stopped for me. There was nothing else I could do, and I literally hopped on a flight. I was living in Philly at the time, and I was with my boy Andrew Bayless, and we flew to fucking Nashville, Tennessee. In the middle of it, bro, on my flight, it was me and 2 other people to Nashville. Like, it was crazy, and I mean, bro, it was one of the biggest blessings because I got to meet so many people in Nashville. We got to bring some crazy ass writers, some huge artists, and nah, man, it's been a cool ass experience. Making that trip to Nashville, like dropping everything and just being like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like,
yeah, man,
shoot the shit and go
That's
over
a
there.
music
Like,
city,
changed
man.
a lot. Yeah, huge.
It's a music city. It's so cool. I've been there a couple times, and it's one of those places where, like, if you play music or you or you're just a fan of music, you can really like kind of latch onto that. And the undercurrent of artists that just come through there, bro, like it's just wild. Like, I'm always like vastly impressed. Like, I think doesn't like Jack White have a studio over there also?
Oh, your fucking audio. Oh,
like,
I mean video.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
It went out
Drunk and high.
or the video.
Yeah, but you're back. But yeah, you're saying Jack White has a studio in Nashville?
Feel like that. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just coming up with
throwback name to bring out Jack White.
I mean, bro, honestly,
as much.
Yeah, it would make sense though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's
no, honestly though, Nashville is like the spot, bro. I mean,
yeah,
because for a while, like the main hubs were like LA, New York, and then shit got kind of weird with music, and now like Nashville is one of those main hubs. And granted, a big part of it is country, but bro, it's one of those spots where like, I kid you not, bro, I would go out to the bar and shit at night after working and whatnot, and next thing you know, you meet some dude sitting at the bar talking about how like, oh yeah, I wrote this fucking #1 hit, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, everyone's a songwriter. I mean, it's a cool vibe.
Towns. Yeah, it's a cool I think I've like you can almost it's like so hyper focused on music, which is really cool. But like like I think that happens almost like when you're in New York City. Speaking of like kind of all over our hometown, like you can be like in Union Square or the Lower East Village and just like bump into really really random people like that are like huge influences on people like the world at that point. Like.
Yeah.
I was a kid and like 18, 19 meeting Richie Rich because of my ex-girlfriend, like, so crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but that's a famous club kid. And all those dudes like, and people actually still have their hands in fashion and everything. So it's a really like dope thing. So like, that's the only thing I can kind of explain it if you've never been to Nashville and you are from New York, because we do have some people that listen. But yeah, no, it's great to hear from you, man. Like we've known each other for a bit too, and we have. You also happen to be Colombian, a fair-skinned Colombian, just like me. That's right, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's where in Queens did you grow up in?
So I grew. You know what's funny? I was actually born in Colombia. So I was born in Colombia.
Oh, you were born in. Mm-hmm.
I was born in Colombia. Yeah, I was born in Colombia. I moved here when I was like 8 years old. I'm 31 now. But I grew up in Elmhurst, Jackson Heights. Went to Newtown High School. Grew up right next to Queens Center Mall. Worked at Queens Center Mall. Like, I'm as Queens as I could possibly get. You know what I'm saying? And
Wait,
I lived in Philly
did you
for a
work
little
at Hot
bit.
Topic in Queens Center Mall?
I did work at Hot Topic. Of course I did. Look at me.
No, that's right.
Look at me.
That's the second
time we mentioned that.
You were working there for like years, right? You were like a manager there,
bro. So I wasn't a manager, but I was getting close to it. Funny enough, I was working at Hot Topic while like in the middle of putting Sylar together, bro. So I'm talking about like making nothing, like getting paid shit, but like saving because I was living with my parents at the time. Life was a lot easier in that sense, I guess. But yeah, I was grabbing every dollar, bro, and saving it down to try to like, record the Sylar EP. And it's like a cool part of the journey because eventually at one point, like, Sylar's merch started fucking being sold at Hot Topic. So that was like a huge, like,
that was a great thing.
That's wild.
Yeah. Very cool moment.
As much as sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was saying Hot Topic is one of those places, especially at like the Queens Center Mall, that like just had like people that were kind of always involved in the scene. And like I remember even further back, when I was booking shows, I don't know if when you got there they were still doing it, but they had a binder that literally was just show flyers for the whole scene. So this is like, predating, MySpace, predating like a lot of message boards. And literally that was a part of the allure. So like you could get into Hot Topic and just look through their binder and be like, oh, what's going on this weekend? You find a matinee in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And Hot Topic definitely wasn't that cool when I was working there. So.
Okay, yeah. It was a little bit of the Wild West
thing. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You're living
cool,
my
but I mean,
gothic dream life, bro. Like I tried to get into Hot Topic so many times, and I think I found like another one. Was it like another one like Manhattan or something like Jersey I applied to, and I had no means of getting there, and like I was like I want to work at Hot Topic so bad when I was a kid. Never. I guess I didn't have the look, bro, because you were born with a neck tattoo. So,
dude, that's the funny shit about Hot Topic. That like, I guess I don't know. I see it differently now, but at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to Hot Topic, and I would go to Hot Topic mostly to buy like band tees or like my plugs when I was stretching my ears. And like, Hot Topic is one of those places where you like, you walk by and you look at the people working there, and you're just like, God, they're so fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like. That's like this mentality you have when you're younger and shit. And then like once I started working there, I'm just like, I'll never forget one day. I'm just like, damn, I wonder if people think I'm cool too now that I work here. I wonder if people look at me the way I used to look at the people working there. You know what I'm saying? But
you're a cool looking guy.
Yeah,
so I think they did.
things.
Have you seen like the average Hot Topic employee now? They're not cool looking
now.
At all.
It's different. Now it's not cool.
They're nowhere near cool. Like our generation, God, I sound so old, but like I feel like to look cool. Like I was watching a fucking Suicide Silence video the other day, and I just seen Mitch on stage, and I was like, he's all the long, like he looks like a skinny white version of me. And I'm like, oh, the tattoos, the long hair, like yes, he's cool looking. But if you go to Hot Topic now, it's like the girls are wearing like ballerina dresses, and they're all like steampunked out and just. They don't look cool. Yeah. But then again, maybe like I didn't look cool then either. Cool. I just,
Nah, bro.
Like, you ever
honestly.
Like I was on somebody's Instagram the other day and they posted like some pic of like what they looked like in like 2005 when they're a little scene girl. And I was like, I used to think this girl was so hot. How did I think that with this fried ass hair? Like she's an attractive person, but like she like went out of her way to look bad in 2005. But I thought she was really hot with the raccoon eyeliner and the fried hair. Yeah. And I was like, what was I on?
OD, niggas.
This is the thing too with Hot Topic. Sorry, before I cut you off. Shit changed when the Hot Topic logo changed. Because if you remember, the OG Hot Topic logo was just some like gothic ass red and black looking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was working there, it changed to some just like normal Times New Roman type shit almost.
It was very stock. It was very stock like font. Like they changed the mentality. Yeah, no, I used to. Shout out to Hot Topic just for me because that was like the only place you could find some girl in platforms that made her 6'5" and she was like a goth princess. And I probably crushed on you a few times. There's a specific person. I don't know. I hope you're okay.
Fair enough.
But what's funny?
Fair enough.
Now I have to bring the story up on air because it's hilarious to me. I told you guys the other day. So. A couple of episodes ago, we were talking about where studs work, and we had established that a lot of studs work in FedEx or like as UPS drivers. But I remember the first like stud, or like maybe like the first lesbian I saw in real life ever was in a Hot Topic. And so I'm in a Hot Topic, and at this point, it was like 2003, 2004. I'm wearing like, the fucking audio sneakers, the girl jeans, the studded fucking white belt, super tight number 12 looks like you shirt, and a fitted, of course, because it's New York. And I go in the store and I see this girl that's like beautiful, like, but she's got like a wife beater on, like the baggy camo pants, and like this big fro. Like she's like kind of Bruno Mars colored, a little Eggo waffle colored girl. And I'm like, she is fine as fuck.
What? What the?
He said Bruno Mars. Whatever that means.
Getting away from that. He just said Eggo
waffle.
Waffle color?
Little light skin, little Chris Brown, little Chris Breezy.
Get out of here. You're gone. You're gone.
But
you're absolutely gone.
No, and she had the gauntlets on. She had the spiked gauntlets on. So I'm like, I'm peeping her, and I'm like, all right, this girl is fine. I gotta say something. So I'm walking around the Hot Topic, and I'm just grilling her, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not good with girls at this point in my life. So let me leave, go to the food court, have a little General Tso's from the shitty Chinese place in the food court. Go back and regroup. All right. So I go back, and I still just don't have the courage to say nothing. Right. So I said, fuck it. I just walked out.
A weirdo.
And she starts chasing me out the store. Like, that's right, you bitch. You fucking dress like a fucking white boy. Just getting mad hard. That person turned out to be our friend Shay, who is, who I had met like 2 years later. She didn't remember that interaction. But like, I had met her at a show like 2 years later. And I was like, oh, I remember you. But she didn't recall that. But yeah, that was the first lesbian I ever saw in real life. in a Hot Topic.
In real life.
Memories.
Hot Topic's getting some free promo. Yo, Hot Topic, if you want to do some sponsorships, if you want to send some stuff over, discount code, whatever, now's your chance.
Yeah.
Get on the ground floor before we start charging.
Hot Topic right now.
Yeah, we can make it. We can make it cool again.
Do you
make it cooler?
So I don't know. I mean, you guys probably have not been to a mall as much in this pandemic, but I feel like every time I go to a mall, I do have an inclination to walk into a Hot Topic. And sometimes I'll be in there and not even I'm like, I don't even need anything in here. Why am I in this store right now?
You just got to check it out, you know?
It brings you in, you know, like all of a sudden you're looking at a Dragon Ball Z, like fucking Tumblr, and you go like, damn, you know, I might need that. Or you're like, oh shit, exactly. I need a lanyard.
Or this plastic corset. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, you know what? You need to get a corset. I think I need to see it.
Absolutely right.
Do it.
And I will do it.
I think I need to see it. I think that's the next chapter in Sasha, because you know what? I was thinking about it, you know, and in the spirit of respecting someone's identity, the fact that you have picked Sasha and I still called you Justin kind of upsetted me. I had one of those like high moments just by myself, introspective, and I go, man, I gotta respect Sasha. That's what I gotta do. You're Sasha.
You can call me whatever.
We're changing it legally.
I will change it legally eventually because I'm
done.
over Justin, but you know, life goes on. We don't have the paperwork yet, but Sasha's the artist. Justin's my slave name. Give him to me by my lazy mother. Because who the fuck names somebody Justin? That's mad lazy. That's mad disrespectful.
She should have made your middle name
Ariana.
Bro,
that shit is.
That's not that bad.
I've known a lot of Justins.
You got a cool name, Jayden. Like I don't want to hear Jay.
Yeah.
Jayden's a cool name.
Fair enough.
I got a very weird name.
Panesso.
Panesso. Like there's some sauce on it. There's some ethnicity.
Panesso? What is Panesso? Like, thank you.
It's
butchering the man.
Panesso or Panesso. I mean, I guess if you're just like saying it very Spanish, it's like Panesso. But
yeah.
Everyone else is just like Panesso. But it's crazy how often my last name gets like
butchered.
Oh yeah.
But all the time, and whatever.
I get called Cardozo. I get called Cardova. I get called crazy. And the thing is, Cardozo's crazy because like in Queens there is a high school named Cardozo.
The high school Cardozo.
And so people's minds would always like think about Cardozo when they would look at my name, and they'd be like, "Oh, Cardozo." I was like, there is no Z. Like that is really wild. Like that's off. And yeah, nobody could ever like my middle name is Andres. And like getting a teacher to say my middle name, because they would always show up on like the legal paper, like they'd be like
Anders.
Christian
Anders.
Wait, bro, hold up. You're Colombian and your middle name's Andres? No way.
Yeah, you know it, bro.
No way, dude.
I want to talk about this, right?
I don't believe
I got to
bro.
talk about this. So, do you have a middle name?
I don't.
Okay, so but anyway, so
cool.
That is the first time I've ever put my middle name on out in the air. Nobody knows that because like it's just one of those secret identities. Andres is just like, you know, it's somebody else. But anyway, I have this thing about Queens and Colombians, right? So because I remember, and I feel like this is one of those like shared like memories that a lot of people end up having. And what happened to me was I met this girl. She was in school and she was cute. I was just like crazy into her, right? Like just like super like cool, chill. And I'm like, man, And all of a sudden, like a couple weeks later, we've been macking it, kicking it. This is middle school Christian, I'm figuring it out. And you're that little middle school boy, like you get like you blush, you get a little hot, like you're like excited, and you try to talk to her. And then I meet her 2 weeks later at a family's party, and this is probably a special that a lot of us have, especially if you ever been to Left Rack City. Like they have the party rooms, like an apartment like party room. If you've ever been in it, they're terrible. They're always really hot, and there's too many children running around. So I see her at the party.
Sounds about right.
And I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. How is she at this party? And I'm like, start like really putting it on, the charm. Only to find out she's a second fucking cousin. So I always had this thing that anytime I met a Colombian woman in Queens, somehow I was going to be related to that person, or somehow my family was raised like literally next to each other. So I think that's what made me not date Colombian women, because I was just like, I can't do it, bro. I can't risk that. I don't know if this happened to you, Jay, bro.
No. I can't say it has.
So I guess it's just me.
It's very humble. It's very humble of you that's the reason why you don't date Colombian women.
That's the one. That's the one
that's
reason,
very
bro.
humble. Because they
don't want me either. Don't worry about it. No, it's all good. It's mutual,
same here.
Bro.
Same
it's
here.
Mutual,
Trust
bro.
me. Same,
listen. I think we know. Like, listen. My mom, is from Pereira, Colombia. So she,
bro, that's where I was born.
Oh, get out of here! So yeah, my whole family's from Pereira. See what's gonna happen? Seriously, we're
second cousins. Yeah.
We're sharing all the same genetic segments. Like literally, like it's just
Paisas. Wow,
Paisas. Yeah,
Paisas.
So
funny enough,
my family.
All right, actually, I'll tell you after. Go on.
No. It's one of those crazy things. Like I literally say it like anytime. And like, I see some features that you have that like a lot of my family has, right? So that's like one of those funny things that like when you meet, like you can almost tell. And I don't know if it's the same thing for other people who I guess share the same countrymen. Like you can kind of almost immediately tell, not only because of the features, but definitely the accent. And what I'm talking about, Jay. That accent cut
100%.
right through your ears.
Oh,
and it's,
of course.
And you go, oh shit, like oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like how you doing?
Dude, that's the funny shit that it's like, especially when you're from a certain country. I mean, I guess I'm sure it's with everyone around the world, but I've noticed, especially in South America, like when you're from a certain country, you're proud of that shit. So that's why when like. That was the funny shit when like I started really touring, and I would reach like those middle America little states, and we would play these shows, and then you meet a bunch of cool people, man. I'd be backstage with some shit, and he'd be like, "Yeah, dude, so like you're Mexican, right?"
Always,
bro, man, and obviously nothing wrong with being Mexican, disclaimer out there. But I'm just saying, it's just like
no.
Fuck, I admire your resilience in being able to, as a person who hates white people, I admire your resilience as being, because I've been in the metal scene here and there, in and out, but like you were deep in it, entrenched, and these were your business partners, your confidants, you still are, and you're still hanging in there. Yeah. So I respect you for dealing with the white man for so many years at such a high level.
Yeah,
reality.
You know what though? It's crazy. It's gotten a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I feel like when I first started touring. Yeah, thank God. When I first started touring, bro, like it was just weird. It was kind of weird. It was very weird. It was very weird to be in the metal scene. To me, it was just weird. All right, for starters, it was already weird to be a kid from Jackson Heights, fucking Elmhurst, originally from Colombia, like singing in a metal band in the midst of what it is, or what it was, or no, actually what it is. It was weird. It was almost like if you weren't white, it was just weird. Like, I mean, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I wasn't accepted, and like, nah, not that. I was accepted. It was fine. but it was still like taboo.
It's always
you know what
weird.
I'm saying? Whereas
there's always friction.
It's always weird.
Now,
but as of now, like it's a little better now. I like to say it's better now.
Now, are there other Hispanics you connect with on the road in the scene? I'm not.
Of course,
you're like a different part of the metal scene than I am, so I don't know what goes on in that end, in that genre.
Well, in my band, I mean, the other guy in my band, Miguel, he's fucking Puerto Rican. So already in my and my drummer at the time, he's not in the band anymore. My boy Thomas, one of my fucking best friends, he's Cuban from Jackson Heights. So when Sylar really started going around, we had myself, a Colombian, we had our guitarist, other singer, Puerto Rican, and then we had our drummer, Cuban. So we were just straight up like fucking boppies, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, shout out to that guitarist because we have the same fucking last name, and that's like the second.
Yes, you do.
Puerto Rican that I've ran into that has the name Cardona. Shout out Antonio. But it's wild to me because like I've met Mexican Cardonas, which like threw me for a fucking loop. Because I had always, it's like a super popular like a Colombian last name. Like you have, I don't know if you remember, ¿Por qué diablos?
Bro,
like
don't get me started.
Yeah,
that's shit,
bro.
Dude.
Yeah. So doggy, yo, that was the culture, bro. Like I don't know, like that was like
bro,
as a kid growing up Latino, and you watch like some dudes like look like the guys that like you're seeing every day in like Queens, and you go like, oh shit, that's kind of fire. Like,
bro,
they do have the same kind of scene in Colombia.
That came out when I was in I started watching that shit while I was in Colombia still as a fucking
that's
kid.
a good shit.
I know you're
a good one, man.
I know you're talking about Manolo Cardona, right?
How old were you when you moved here, bro? How old were you when you moved here?
I was 8 years old.
8.
Yeah, I was 8 years old. Yeah. So it was weird, man, because like, so when you're 8. I mean, obviously you're still a fucking child, but like at 8 years old, bro, like you've already established your language. You've established like you're one with reality at that point. So moving here was just kind of like, it was shocking as fuck. And I'll never forget, like I started. So first off, I grew up with my grandma like sitting at the table and fucking literally hitting me with a belt to teach me math when I was like 5, 6 years old. So this is what's crazy. Check this out. So
with beans? Did you do beans?
What do you mean? What do you
mean? Dry beans. About? My parents would do the same shit and literally pour out a bag of dry beans and make me learn math.
Make you kneel. Oh, okay.
Kneel,
no.
I
got the kneel on rice, bro.
You got the rice. That's foul.
I got the rice. I got the switch. I got the whole flavor because I would go to Colombia on purpose for some reason and get beat by my entire family.
The child abuse segment of the show. We're unpacking trauma on every episode here at the National Meat Treasure.
Well, yeah. I mean, So she didn't do the beans thing, but she definitely like, so she would like sit with the belt next to me, and that shit was like, I had trauma with the shit. I didn't want to get hit. But the crazy thing is that I do appreciate it though, because I do feel like the education's, and I'm not trying to go this direction with this conversation, but what I'm saying is just like what she was teaching me when I was like 5, 6, or even younger than that was crazy. Because when I did move here, so the last grade I finished in Colombia was, I believe, 2nd grade, and when I moved here, bro, like they skipped me an entire year. Like I literally went all the way to 4th grade.
I know that.
Like at the end of 4th grade, because they thought I was advanced. Yet I couldn't speak a fucking lick of English. And to me, it was just like, all right, this sucks. Like I'm in a class with a bunch of people that like, But I taught myself. I was just like, fuck this. Yeah, it's different. And
because like my father is the same thing. He moved here when he was 28, and like. Just the way he is, like with math, it's like it's computative. Like it's like literally he just hears it and like the values out of his mouth. And it's like it was always freaky as a kid because I'm so bad at math. Like I only got better at math as I understood pre-algebra, and that happened really late in my life. Like when I was like 18,
bro,
it clicked. Yeah, but like my dad would be like literally whooping my ass because I was so shitty at math. So
do you think it has something to do with the metric system?
Definitely the metric system. I think so. No,
it's crazy.
I am also Colombian, and when I was 13, I went to Colombia, and we were actually like scheduled to like fly back on the first day of school of the 8th grade. So I was like super fucked up about it. So I was like, I need school supplies. So I'm in Colombia trying to buy notebooks and shit. We're at a store. And I'm like, all this shit is in the fucking metric system. I never understood what being out the country was like until I was like, yo, I can't even read this. I was like, this shit is fucking wild.
That's exactly what happens, bro.
Like,
Colombia threw me for a loop. When I saw bagged milk, I was like, that shit cracked my universe.
They only did that in Canada.
Literally. No. My uncle who I'd never met was like this dude, like in a finca, like all the way deep into the fucking like in the mountains. He has this remote little place, and he's like, oh, Cristian, ¿quiere leche? I was like, yeah, sure. And I'm trying to and he brings out the bagged milk, which also has butter fat, bro. It's not even like pasteurized the same way.
It's like raw milk
in the States. Yeah, so it fucking freaked me out. And I remember that. Now I see like a lot of countries end up doing that, but I grew up here and then especially in Queens, like I'd never seen anything like that. Like Parmalat was the craziest thing I ever saw.
Parmalat was fire. That shit was thick. It was nice
it's not.
Creamy.
This is a very Colombian episode.
Parmalat was fire.
Shut the fuck up.
Parmalat is white as shit. That shit was mad expensive. That is like Park Slope mom white person milk. I had a friend. I'm not a friend. I remember being in Park Slope PS321 and seeing a kid with like a Parmalat milk juice box. I was like, yo, those niggas got money, bro. It was crazy.
You are a strange person, regular size Joey. I don't know how you I love you. You're the best person in the world. That's what it is. But this is a Colombian episode. So I think because we can hit the algorithms. Encanto is like one of the number one fucking albums out there right now. And it is fire.
I watch it as a Colombian
tracking the progress of the Encanto soundtrack. Is that what's going on right now?
Because I'm proud of that. I'm actually proud of it. No, like you know what it is, bro. Like, and I think Jay, you might understand this because when you move away from like a neighborhood, like Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, Flushing, East Elmhurst, like that's a very densely Colombian area. Like, and I didn't realize that until I moved out. It's so packed, like Corona, everything around there. Like you can literally like go to multiple bakeries. You can get any kind of ingredient you want. You're going to be able to like send money to Colombia with no problem. Like all the shit that you could ever want to do. You could be in those like square blocks and do everything. So you move to like a place that isn't that, right? Like I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania and like you end up like really craving it, like the stuff you grew up with.
More than anything, bro. More than anything.
You understand, and like
yes, dude, I lived in Pennsylvania too. Yeah, and I lived in Pennsylvania for a while, and
you know how it is, bro. It's a weird place. It's a weird place.
It's a weird place.
My wife brought up moving to Pennsylvania.
My wife brought up,
but this is the thing.
Moving to Pennsylvania recently, and I was like, "Fuck that."
Nah, bro. I personally, so I was living in Philly, but it was northeast Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So I was in the burbs. I mean, obviously, it's different than like living in other places of Pennsylvania, but it's still like it's very different from this. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's crazy how much I mean, I've always appreciated New York, especially once I started leaving more often.
Yeah,
right.
But I didn't appreciate it more until I went to a place like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess if I would have gone to a different city, it would have been different. But just where I was, it just wasn't it, bro. It just wasn't it. Yeah. I didn't like it. Now I'm back in Queens. I'm actually in Maspeth now, but Maspeth is nice.
Is where I grew up.
I love Maspeth, bro.
Yeah,
I love Maspeth because it's like I love Maspeth because it's like a little bit of the burbs depending where you're at.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like, yo, I could like
still really
take a 5-minute walk and might on Grand Avenue or drive down and be on the LIE down to the city or like the BQE behind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a perfect place for me.
I live in Staten Island.
I feel like this nigga Jay, you must got some money because I have looked into moving back to New York, Queens specifically, many times, and I'm like, there's no way. There is no way I'm gonna afford this.
No, it's stupid expensive. It's very expensive. But I'm in this situation where like, you know, I have a daughter. She lives in Pennsylvania.
Same.
I have her. You know, So when I do have her, it's like I have to live somewhere close to Pennsylvania, and I'm not about to live in Pennsylvania or Jersey. maybe
Jersey.
Maybe Jersey. No offense, Christian. I know you're out there, but I'm just saying, like, maybe someday in the future I'll move to like Jersey or some shit. But this is the closest area for me where I can be near my little girl and still like be happy at where I'm at. So
yeah, I had that same struggle.
New York and yeah, you know what it is.
I was like, because I've never lived with my kid like the entire time she's been a human being. She's a kid. Me and my baby mom split like while she was pregnant. So like, I was like, I had made a joke in my head literally years ago that I was like, if I don't like find like some kind of home or like respite by the time my kid is 10, I'm gonna just start exploring the country. And the years rolled by, and I tried to make Pennsylvania work so many times. I was like, I hate it here, I hate it here, I hate it here. And then I tried to like move back. Like I remember at one point I got offered a room in New York, and who the fuck was it? One of my friends like offered me her like apartment. Like she was like, you could like lease it out. My bed would not fit through her door, and she wanted like $1,800 a month. I had a king size bed at the time, and I was like, "Jesus, I'm not downsizing beds to pay $1,800 to live in like it was like in Mount Vernon too. Like it wasn't even like anywhere close.
Oh my god,
the boroughs,
like,
Mount Vernon.
That's rough.
What?
Mount Vernon is rough, bro.
That's not fair.
Only because it's rough, it's also the ass end of Bronx, bro. Like it
was
like if you don't understand the geography, like. Being in the Bronx in that area, it's literally like
for those who don't know New York, it might as well be upstate. Like the only perk was like I had a parking spot. Like if I drove up there, which wasn't even a perk because I looked up insurance rates at the time. My insurance at the time,
insurance in Mount Vernon.
My insurance rates in New York and Pennsylvania. My insurance has gone up since because I had an accident. But I think at the time my insurance was like $110 a month. It would have been like $270 or something crazy. I was like looking at quotes. I was just like.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, I think, like, when my kid was, like, 7, I was like, I'm just going to, like, plan my escape from Pennsylvania because this is not it. Like, I've been trying for years to, like, make something shake and now my kid texts me more than, like, she's a child of the internet. My kid is, I think I have the oldest kid of every one to know, don't I? How old's Ben?
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Yeah, my kid's 10. So
his daughter's older. I think by a few months. I think she's
my daughter. So you how old is your kid?
My kid's 10. She'll be 11 in May.
10. Yeah. So my kid is 3. She'll be 4 in July. I mean, time is already flying. It's like
congrats,
you know what I'm saying? But thank you. No, congrats to you guys. It's amazing, bro. It's an amazing experience.
You know what it is? Like ages, I would say up until, for girls at least, up until like 9, it's amazing because they don't have like their own personality yet. Their personality is just being your kid. Daddy this, daddy that. Right. And then like after that, it's like, I'm a fucking teen, bitch. I watched. I'm the embarrassing dad now, and I'm just like, you know what's fucking annoying too, dude? Like, I went to like a couple of her school functions, and like I'm looking around, and I'm like, I'm clearly the coolest fucking dad here. Like, how do you not fucking see this kid? Like, how do you not know that I'm the coolest nigga here right now? Like, oh, look at those bald white fathers. I'm the man right now.
It's like. Look at the fucking drip, bro.
Grown men.
Look at the drip. I'm out here. Yeah. Look at this.
It is
that
look
bald
at Jay.
And he's younger than me.
He goes to pick up the girl from daycare or the like. He's the cool dad. You guys are very cool dads.
I would hope so. Right.
I'm a dad of 2, and I'm gonna say this, but only because this didn't happen until recently. I have a daughter. And she's just turned a year old, and I'm like putty, bro. Like it's like really weird. Like I can't like even like it's I'm so soft and tender. Like and she like melts me the second that she like gets in my arms, and she reaches for me. You know, she said dad first. She always like literally tries to jump out of her mom's arms into mine, which kind of starts a lot of fights. She like, and the little girl just like nuzzles in my chest and doesn't want to leave anywhere, bro. I don't know. I love my son,
bro. Relax. You're gonna make me come in somebody this week.
Best thing in the world.
I don't need that. But baby girls, bro. Sasha got baby fever.
I have had a little baby fever lately.
Sasha. I see your Sasha, Joey. Hold on.
Nah.
She keeps coming in the shot a little.
Always,
you guys are feeling good.
No, I'm good. But like, fuck her. This is our thing, all right? It's our thing. It's the boys. It's the fucking
don't
bros.
Don't cry.
We got Jayden Panesso on the fucking podcast. It's the fucking bros, bro.
Jay, the parenting rock star. How does it feel? How does it feel to be a rock star and a parent?
He's a dead ass rock star parent. That is crazy.
Yeah. Seriously,
bro. This is the thing. So okay, it's weird because I don't know, man. Like, even people that are close to me and like even my brother and shit, they'll ask that question gets thrown at me sometimes. Like, bro, rock star, but like the weird shit, bro, is that I've never seen myself as this fucking rock star. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Like, I've been able to put myself in character and like do my shit and all that. But I don't know, bro. I mean, like,
no. Don't you getting too humble now because
y'all know me though.
I watch videos of you. Cause like I was never like, it was until like maybe like years ago that I was even like aware Sylar was more than like a local band. Cause I've seen your band like when they were like local, like I've seen you play like Pennsylvania to like 6 people.
Yeah.
And then like, one day I'm just like, it was just like off my radar, or might have been chilling with Travis or something. And then like, I just like played like a video of you like on my phone. And it's just like, I don't even know what festival it was. It might not even been a festival. It was like some outdoor shit, and it's like hundreds of people screaming your lyrics in your face. You tell me you don't feel, maybe thousands screaming your lyrics in your face. You don't feel like a rock star in those moments, or do you just get off stage and immediately sip some tea and go, "Oh, I'm just a regular guy."
Those moments, yeah. But the thing is, bro, I swear to God, bro, I'm not even kidding. So while I was living in those moments, like that's not what I was thinking about, bro. I was just like, when you're doing shit like that, because I'll be honest, like, yeah, bro, sometimes I sit back and think about all this shit I've done with the band and like all of us, and I'm just like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Like, that's like some 1 in a million type shit. But when you're doing shit like that, bro, like it doesn't hit you really in that moment. You don't have time for that. You can't sit back and think about that shit. You can't sit back and be like, damn, I'm doing this shit. Like, that's when you lose. You have to keep going. Like, I wasn't thinking about how cool this shit was. I was just like, all right, well, we just finished playing this show. We had this amount of people singing our words and this amount of people buying our merch. How can we do better the next day? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like, I couldn't get lost in the sauce of like, yo, I fucking made it. And honestly, I'm glad I never was that dude, because I never wanted to be that dude. And I think you guys know me personally. Like, I've never acted like that person. Like, I'm very proud of the shit I got to accomplish, but I never wanted to like be that person in my head and walk around like that. That's just
You're better than me, because I would swing my dick around all the time. That's why
he would act.
I am that nigga.
But that actually brings me to a question I had for you, because earlier you had said you were saving up to drop a Sylar tape when you were working at Hot Topic, but you also produce. So like, did you learn producing along the way, or when did the producing come into play? Because you're working with some big money players this week.
Good question.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit. So I guess to go back to the beginning, my whole music shit started because I was going to a Christian church back in the day, and my family now, we got invited to a Christian church. I saw a band really playing in front of my face, and I'm like, holy shit, this is sick. Whatever. I got into the music. Years later, I decided to start Sylar and all that, and I was never really into producing. I was just like, yo, I wanted to sing in this band and do my thing, and it happened. It was sick. But I didn't really start producing till later on in my career, bro. I'm going to say like 2017, 2018 is when I really like...
That's pretty recent.
I had messed... So I had messed around with like... I had a MacBook, and I would open Logic and do like our live tracks. And, watching YouTube and shit, University of YouTube. And I'll watch YouTube and put like a live track together and like, make it happen. And then like around 2018, that's when I was like, yo, I was sitting at home. This is one of the blessings of living in Pennsylvania. I had no friends. There was nothing to do. And I was like, all right, like what else? Because this is the thing, bro. When I was really like touring and like the band was like really touring full time before COVID, like, bro, I I was either touring or I was home for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time max. Like there was times, bro, where like I would be on a tour for 2 months. I would come home. All right, this time specific, I was home for 2 weeks during the holidays. Then I went on tour for like 2 months. I came home for 14 hours to pack, and then I went on a European tour for 5 weeks. Then I came home for 5 days, and then I went to California for 2 months to record a whole album. And then I came home for 2 weeks and went on a fucking 70-day tour. And then came home for another 2 weeks and went on a Japanese tour. So it was just like crazy. So it was like I just didn't have like time to like find something like a job or anything like that. So I was just like, all right, I'm home. I'm not doing anything. I know music. I should just start producing, bro. And I started producing, and like it was one of those things where like honestly, it just became real natural for me. And I mean, I'm blessed, bro. I got to be in some really fucking cool rooms. I produced some really sick records. The album that came out today, like we have features from that artist Jelly Roll from Nashville. He's fucking massive. And he's one of like the biggest artists out there.
Oh yeah.
How did that Jelly Roll connection happen in Nashville?
Happened in Nashville. It was one of those things where like right place at the right time, and I also produced for the band Sleeping with Sirens, and I was producing at the studio in Nashville. Yeah.
Toss that
Crazy
in there
shit.
real quick.
Just drop it in very casually.
Well, this
fine.
is how I met Jelly Roll. This is how I met Jelly Roll. This is what I was telling you guys earlier, that when I went to Nashville during quarantine, that's what landed me the opportunity to do other shit, because all of a sudden, like, other people are hearing the shit I'm producing with my boy Andrew, and they're just like, yo, this shit is sick. One of those people is my boy Jack from Sleeping with Sirens, and he's just like, yo, I want to write some like dope shit for Sleeping. Can we do something? I was like, bet. We did a song. The band heard. They're like, all right, let's do some shit together. I went back to Nashville, did that shit together with Sleeping with Sirens. It turns out that we ended up recording all this Sleeping with Sirens shit at Jelly Roll's studio. And then I met Jelly, and he was like, yo, I heard you produce. Can you make me a beat? And I was like, fuck yeah. And I made him a beat, and he was like, yo, this shit is fire. And then the next day I came in, and he was in a room writing a song, and I sat there, and like, I didn't want to be intrusive or anything, but I'm just like, yo, I hear this on this bridge. And he's like, yo, that shit's amazing. It's on. Next thing I know, I'm a writer on this song. It's just like, bro, it just happens like that. You know what I mean? It's like 90% planned. Like, a lot of this
happens for you. Doesn't happen for other people.
That's how it goes.
Great, man.
That's how it goes.
No, but I'm saying it's like a snowball thing. Once you get into once you get into like the role of doing shit, and like you reach certain, I guess, I don't know, rooms and all that, like shit just starts happening. You just have to show up. That's the thing too, though, that like to me, I could have easily been like, I guess in a sense, intimidated by doing these kind of things, but I was just kind of like, all right, I know I started producing like 2 years ago, but I'm not going to tell people. Like, I'm not going to go into a room and be like, oh, by the way, I started producing 2 years ago. Like, I'm just going into a room saying, I'm a producer. I'm a songwriter. And people don't need to know how long you've been doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why when it comes to music and art and all that shit, bro, like, that's the energy. You just have to put yourself out there, because you never know, bro. You never know who's going to be in the fucking room. Like, you literally never know. And I stand by that shit. The room or the party, whatever. Bro, I'll put it to you this way. The main reason why everything started happening in my life with Sylar and all that shit was because I partied. And I'll tell you why. Because I was a massive pothead. I loved going to parties. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know is I'm at a party. I'm smoking weed. I'm buying weed from people. Long story short, I end up at a party with the band Amur. And next thing I know, I get very cool with them. The singer of Amur, one of the people I looked up to, because I fucking love that band. And if you're from New York and you say you don't like that band, that's fucking bullshit. I'm going to call
You're fucking lying.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is.
Liar.
So I grew up loving Amur. Next thing I know, I'm at a party with them, and I become friends with them. And long story short, a couple months down the line, the singer Frankie hits me up. He's like, yo, you want to come on tour with us? And I'm like, absolutely. He's like, you want to come do merch for us? And I'm like, yes. So what do? I'm already in the middle of starting Sylar, bro. So like, I go on tour. I'm straight up on tour every night, bro. We didn't even have a song out yet. Before I left on tour, my old drummer and we went to like a local print shop and we printed thousands of fucking Sylar flyers. And every fucking night I was outside, bro. I was outside on tour as the Amir merch guy, giving out flyers. I'm like, yo, check out my band, check out my band, blah, 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 blah. And bro, I don't know. I just put myself out there, and I hated it, bro, because I would meet people and like I would meet dudes in bands, and like I would be like, yeah, I'm in a band, but the only thing they saw me as was like the Amir merch guy. You know what I'm saying? And it would get me tight, bro, because I would see some of these dudes get on stage and be trash. You know what I mean? But I was like, yo, I gotta like
real talk.
Yeah, but thank you.
You knew you had something special right away, and I'll say that because like, and I remember that, and just being like slightly older at the time and seeing that like you understood like marketing and like I'm a nerd for that kind of shit, right? So like you understood how to do like real footwork and how to like literally those flyers got in everyone's hands. Like I wasn't even like Amir is one of those bands that has had a lot of peaks and valleys for especially if like you're a Queens kid. You know, like it's definitely where you fall in love with them, you don't. And this is like member changes. This is like, you know, these are people that have been, you know, around for a long time, right? Like you had the band like basically change like quite often, right? From album to album sometimes. And so like you'd have an asshole every now and then and you work it out, but most of the dudes were really great. And I remember and I know the parties you're talking about because they're like it was the Bayside parties, bro. It was like going around like yes sir. Bayside parties, shout out my boy Gabe. Parties. Gabe was always throwing some shit down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Called the Queens Nigga Pod. The Queens Nigga Pod. This is a very
Queens episode.
I played in a band with Gabe for a while, and we would literally just hang out, and people would just show up, and just like we would just bullshit, and it was just us drinking too much and being idiots playing beer pong, and there would be just random people just rubbing elbows coming in and out, and you're like, oh, okay, what's up? Hey, how you doing? And you know, like it's one of those like, especially that little pocket compared to the rest of the city, because there was a lot of talent in that little tight pocket where it's not like Staten has its little place. Queens, no, they did. No, like they did. Like when you had Dock Street and you had all the other venues, you really had a lot of artists like, you know, figuring themselves out and like it was just a nice hub. Queens had the same thing, and it was just really towards like that eastern part, like, which was always like this weird thing. But you know, I actually lived with Mike Cobb for a while, and
lived with Mike Cobb.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Anyway,
you know,
that's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I lived for him for a while. We had a good time. He was a good dude. He's nuts. He's always been crazy. And we would have really fucking good time because that was like the point in life that I was just having fun. But it was always great. Like somehow you know, being closer to that part, like you'd keep bumping into people and really working with people, and just like all of a sudden, you know, like I remember meeting like the I think it's the guitarist or the vocalist for like D's Nuts, and I was like really into D's Nuts at the time.
That you are.
And I was like, oh shit, like, yeah, I am. I still am. Don't you talk out of turn with me, okay? I love these nuts. And I'll do anything for them. I hope you clip this, and I hope I put this and embarrass my family. So, because, you know, that's what this podcast has come to, is that I embarrass my family. Yeah. And you know what? Deal with it. You live in my life. You're content now. You just have to do it. Sorry.
I'm glad I could be the one to make these clips that embarrass your family.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, Joni.
Yeah. Yeah. She shakes her head at me, and I'm like, shake your head at me? I do whatever I want. I have always done whatever I want. I don't care.
You do whatever.
That was Joni my personality.
Listen, I pay the bills. Not Christian.
And
he's a very smart, fair
Speaking
man.
Of, Jay,
so I know.
When are you getting married? Are you seeing someone right now? Bro. The people want to know.
we don't know
why.
Fuck all that shit. Don't get married.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know when I'll get married per se, but yes, I've been dating this very beautiful, nice gal for like a year and a half now.
Okay, so it is. I was gonna mention her because I did like you guys as a Halloween costume where you were Travis Barker and she was Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah,
but I didn't know if you were still with her, so I was like, let me not bring that up. He's not with the same girl anymore.
Well, no. Yeah, I'm still with her. Nah, she's. I mean, I'm sure she'll probably check this out. She's great. She's amazing.
She's
been together for a year and a half. Will we get married? I mean, that's the goal. I feel like at this point in my life, at 31, I wouldn't be dating someone if I don't think I'm going to get married to them. So like that's where I'm at with that. You know,
that's
what I'm
why I'm
like,
not dating.
If I didn't see my
45.
To me, it's like because this is the thing. Let's be real. When you're dating someone, bro, like that is like. You're putting time into that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's an investment. Yeah. So to me right now, where I'm at in my life, it's like, cause right now I'm very focused. Like I'm doing my music shit. I'm back in school. Like, and
whoa,
to me,
back
it's
in
like,
school.
Back in school.
Yeah, Rockstar.
I'm doing. I know that's just crazy. I'm doing online school, but I'm going to school online for software engineering. So I love tech, and I just...
What kind of fucking nootropics are you on, bro? You're producing, you're software engineering, you're a front man. What kind of drugs are you taking that you are accomplishing all this?
High
let's
on
not
life,
talk about
man.
it. But anyway. No. But for real, I mean, what I'm saying with the relationships is just like, when you are dating someone, bro, like anything in life that you got to put your time into, like that shit is valuable, bro. And like... You already know this. As you get older, you really start realizing how valuable time is. And now that I'm 31, I'm like, damn, bro, I wish I knew how valuable time fucking actually is when I was like in my early 20s.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's cool because like I get it. It's part of life. It's part of life where like you fuck around in your early 20s, your teens, whatever. But where I'm at in my life now, it's just like, I'm dating someone because I do see a future with them. If I didn't, then I just wouldn't put time into it because it's just time. Time is money, bro. Like time is so valuable. This is the thing, bro. You know how like you go on Instagram and you see all these like these like inspirational quotes and like most of the time they're very annoying because it's usually some ghetto ass meme and like they have typos and shit. Like I'm not about it, but at the same time, a lot of them are very real, bro. Like, dude, the time thing, bro. That shit is crazy. Like, it really is crazy how valuable time is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is.
I feel like that's exclusive to the 30s because, like, the second, dude, I would like see all these memes in my 20s, and be like, that's so fucking corny, fucking dumb motivational posters. And then when I hit like 30 something, I was like, damn, that shit busting right there. Like, that nigga not lying in this meme right now.
I got panic attacks for 30s.
Dude, every day. I told you, every day I wake up
gave me panic attacks. Like, oh yeah, like, okay, this is new in my life. Now I'm just going to worry about shit and breathe really heavy and think I'm dying because I'm worried about like making sure, did I forget a bill? Like, oh man, I should have put that on autopay. Damn. Oh shit. Like, or even just normal fucking just regular stresses. Like just, bro, life is weird. But here, I want to get back to this for a second before I let go of the idea. Jay, I have an idea. Bring your girl on the pod and propose. Man, we can monetize this love act.
Damn.
And we can do it like Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. You guys can put like full on gown. It'll be remote. I think it'll be romantic, bro.
No self-respecting woman would say yes to a proposal on our podcast.
Our podcast. I hope
after we've been talking about masturbating for 15 minutes,
Christian.
it's just like
this is Christian, my man. The thing is, you're putting me in the spot saying something like that.
OD.
Oh, bro.
That's kind of crazy, bro.
Bro,
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm wild.
Just tell her tell her to share the clips and then not listen at all.
If she gets to this point, then she could call you out, and then we can give her 25% off for merchandise for the National Meat.
Oh damn! No, she's definitely gonna say yes now.
Use our code National Meat at Cage Jeweler for 5% off.
Fuck it.
I wish Cage Jeweler would sponsor this.
Yo, Yeah, I would love that. Actually, that would be really helpful. You know,
it would be very helpful for my bank account.
And he sponsored me earlier, but I think we could wrap it up there. So let's let Jay lead the outro. Like, where can people find you? What are you up to? What do you want them to see? What do you want them to do? Let them know.
Nah, man. So you can find me on pretty much every social media even TikTok. Even though I have a TikTok account, but it's not active. It's just one of those things where I use it because my girlfriend sends me multiple TikToks a day. Where it's one of those things where like if I don't answer back to her TikToks, it's like a thing. It's like why haven't you checked out my TikTok? So I mean, besides TikTok, you can find me on every social media platform at Jayden Panesso. And yeah, man. I mean, Sylar, we're sitting on a bunch of songs. We don't know when we're gonna drop them. We don't like half-assing shit. So like, we're at a point in our careers right now where we're just not there to put the music out, because to us, if we're gonna put the music out, that means we're gonna go full throttle at this shit, and that's just not where we're at right now. We did a lot of that for way too many years, and we will get there at some point, but right now we're not.
It's but we are sitting time.
On. Yeah, right now it's just kind of like, focus on some other shit you want to do in the meantime. But I'm still producing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still producing. I'm still making music. Music's still my fucking passion. But I mean, dude, I have a bunch of music releasing in the next couple months. Like I said today, the band Savage After Man dropped the album, and I got to produce it with my boy Andrew. There's some cool features on there from Jelly Roll, Danny from Asking Alexandria. And
you just name dropping.
That's big names,
like really casually, bro. Like, oh yeah, like it's not a big deal. Like it's no, bro.
Well,
swing it.
If you guys are gonna have me, if you're gonna have me promoted, I got to promote it. But
we'll be linking everything that this man has just been talking about.
But there's some even crazier shit coming. So
hell yeah,
I'm pretty excited about that. And thank you guys for having me. I'll be honest. I love supporting my friends, So when I saw you guys, this is where I talk about your podcast real quick and why I'm stoked that I'm here, because so I think it was when was it? I think it was the week of the holidays. I think it was like maybe the night before Christmas. I don't know, but I was sitting at home and I was just fucking. I was playing Halo because that's Halo's like the game I love. I was playing Halo, and I'm like, I kept seeing you guys post about the podcast, and it was one of those things in the back of my head where I'm just like, all right, I'm going to listen to it. And then I finally got to listen to it that week. And, bro, I kid you not. I think I even listened to you guys at the gym, bro. I listened to maybe like 4 to 5 episodes back to back. Okay. And I think the main reason why I listened to it is because it was so outrageous. Like, you motherfuckers are weird.
Yeah.
You guys, you're on some weird shit.
That's an official review. That's an official review.
It is an official review. Sasha's on some weird shit. And like,
Sasha's on some weird shit.
And like y'all both compliment that shit so well. Like you guys have different personalities. And I just went into the podcast like trying to like it's almost like when you watch a show and you see like, I don't know, you start paying attention to like the character development. With the podcast, I'm like, all right, so this guy is this guy, and then this guy's doing this, but then the way this guy is complements this personality, and I don't know. I think it's just a great mixture of personalities, and it's very entertaining.
Thank you.
I'll be honest. I came on a podcast, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if these guys are gonna throw a fucking curveball at me because they talk about some weird ass shit. And
I keep pretending.
It's very horny. But listen, I'm into it. I love it. I think it's outrageous, but it's dope. And
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's sick. So thank you guys for having me. I'm stoked for you guys. I hope you guys fucking keep doing this shit. And like, I'm not trying to be the guy I talked about earlier, the meme and, inspirator type guy. But keep doing this shit. Like when you really put your mind to some shit and you're consistent with that shit bears results every fucking time. So you guys got some dope shit going. This shit is sick.
Thank you.
Y'all are weird as fuck, and keep capitalizing on that shit.
We are weird.
It's awesome.
Today,
Justin still likes feats, so we'll leave it at that.
Wait, I told you people love my insane hot takes. Thank you, Jay. That's really put the battery in my back to be even weirder because I've been holding back. But now I'm gonna unleash on you niggas. What is completely out of pocket now? All right. But
it's weird, bro. It's weird. Yeah, it's great.
But if you guys want to see more of my weirdness, and by the way, TikTok has been letting me go because I use TikTok. I've been saying weirdly sexual shit on TikTok, and like they keep removing the sound from my videos. But when I submit the appeal, they restore it, and I'm like, I should not have been allowed to say that on TikTok. I don't know why they're letting me be valid now, but I do. I use TikTok. You can find me at thin.cruel.lips on TikTok and Instagram. Follow at The National Meat Treasure on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Also, leave some thumbs up, people. Leave thumbs up. Yeah. We need the thumbs up. We need the bell notifications. We need the comments so we can get more, interaction from people outside of our friend group. Although we have had listeners from like Tokyo and shit. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but shout out. What's up,
Trinidad
Tokyo?
And Tobago.
And Trinidad, little
shout out
international
to you.
Listeners. So we can get a little more.
And shout out to Germany.
Shout out to the Island Boys. Not the actual Island Boys.
Thank you, Joey. I really appreciate you putting that in. But I'll say, remember,
I appreciate
we drop an episode every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. We are consistently doing that. Sometimes I'm an idiot and I forget things, but don't forget to subscribe and make sure that you're hitting all the notifications and making sure that you're following us on any major streaming platform for podcasts. Right. Even the weird ones. Like I was like, have you ever looked at our list? Like there's like some very random like sites we're on. And the Stitcher's not that random. Like
Stitcher's not random. Stitcher's big.
Yeah. Anyway,
hold on.
Joey, you take it.
Dude, hold on. Sorry, I hate to cut you off, but that episode about what's her name? What's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell? That's her name?
Yes,
Ghislaine. Ghislaine.
You're sick. Ghislaine. What's her name again? That was the main topic because this guy all of a sudden knew how to say that crazy name. Yeah, you're sick, bro.
No,
Ghislaine.
You want to fuck that lady? You want to fuck that lady?
For the listeners.
You're sick, dude.
I don't want to fuck her. I just think it would be really good if I did. I feel like she's seen some horrific things that humans shouldn't see, and then maybe.
So this is the question I had most of the time I was listening to it, and this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to get on here. Do you think it would be some of the best sex you've ever had?
I mean, it's a white woman, so no, but maybe top 5. I don't doubt it'd be top 5.
Top 5.
Your dick is a clout chaser. That's really what it is. Your dick is clout chaser.
That's right. I was about the clout.
You know how it should be number 1 though? If it like. Let her sit in prison for like 5 more years and like really like hasn't had no dick. Then if I got to it, it'd be a wrap. Ghislaine would put it down.
Can you say choke me, Ghislaine? Just for the listeners.
Choke me, Ghislaine. Don't make that a sound bite.
More like, choke.
I want you to know how to say that in French. I'm gonna look it up for the next episode.
No, thank you. No, thank you. It's been the National Meat Treasure. Wait, Joey, you didn't plug anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Follow us on our Spotify playlist at National Meat Treasure, and follow me on all platforms at Saint Thrillah. And if you like lo-fi beats to touch yourself to, follow me on Instagram at Young Moth.
Follow you? 3, right? Young Moth 3.
At Young Moth 3. Yo, Christian, you're always on point with that. You're always on point with
that. I always fucking
forget. Yo, you know what?
This is why I do smoke weed. You see what I did?
He saved me. Us weed heads, we stick together.
Bro, right? Certain strains get me. I'm puffing on some good stuff. But it's been the National Meat Treasure. Jay, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Honestly, this was super fucking fun. And I hope that maybe down the road we can do another one. And we get that proposal going.
Holy shit!
Cut it out.
All right,
put him in the spot again.
This is the National Meat Treasure.